Hey, what is up mortals, it is James Seafer here, and today we have part 2 of what if Izuku's body was ready for One for All when All Might first met him. At the end of the last episode, Izuku got into UA. If you haven't seen part 1, link will be in the description or the cards above. Now it's the day before the first day of UA. All Might tells Izuku to meet him at the beach he cleaned up. When Izuku got there, All Might wasn't there yet, which is odd because he's normally there just before him. After a few minutes, All Might arrives by car, which is even weirder. Izuku asks him what's wrong and tells him that he hasn't seen All Might ever use a car before. All Might explains that his time limit is down to only an hour, and when he isn't in class, he won't be using One for All, and unfortunately they won't be able to do any more sparring practice because of this. He also tells Izuku that he's planning to retire at the end of this year. This shocks Izuku even more, as he didn't think that All Might would be retiring until he was ready to take over. Izuku also feels a bit guilty for using up all of All Might's time, and because All Might's time limit has decreased due to him passing on One for All. First day of the school year. Aizawa goes through the list of people who earned the least points in the entrance exam through to the people who earned the most points in entrance exam. When Bakugo hears his name, he thinks that's the end of the list, as, well, he assumes he's better than everyone, but when he hears Izuku's name above his, he loses it. In an instant he moves across to Deku's desk, and purely out of rage, he slams his hand down on the desk, ready to blow it up, but nothing happens. He turns around to see Aizawa looking at him, and Aizawa's hair is standing up on end. It's at this point that Izuku realizes that Aizawa is Eraserhead. Aizawa then wraps Bakugo in that tape-like material and expels him on the spot. Remember, this is before the test to see which one of them would be getting expelled, so Aizawa hasn't warmed up to the students yet, and therefore won't be taking any of this. Bakugo is shocked that he was just expelled. Izuku is just as shocked. Eraserhead has Bakugo leave the room and go down to the principal's office. While this is happening, Aizawa has them all go down to the area that they will be doing the test. After a few minutes, he arrives down there with them. He tells them that one of them will be expelled, and because everyone just saw him expel another student, everyone gets really worried and they believe that he will expel one of them, whichever one of them who doesn't pass or whoever gets the lowest score. So everyone is giving this 100% of their capabilities. But at the end of the test, Mineta is the one with the lowest score. This is due to Deku being able to actually use his quirk in all of the tests. And unlike last time where he got the lowest score, this time he's got second place, which is only due to Momo's quirk letting her create things for the situations. She was able to barely outdo him in a few of the situations, but not by much. This gave her a slight edge when it came to the final scores. Aizawa, true to his word and fairly unimpressed by anything Mineta has done, expels him. This causes Izuku to go home that day a bit intimidated and concerned, as he could be expelled on the spot if he messes up. The next day they're doing the hero training with All Might. In this version of things, Shoto is paired with Ida. This is instead of Ida being paired with Bakugo because Bakugo's expelled. Izuku's still paired with Ochako, just to keep things fairly close to the canon. Anyway, in this version of the hero training, Izuku powers up into full cow. He doesn't seem as focused on planning this time around, as he goes right in. Ochako and Izuku agree to go straight for it and try to finish this as quickly as possible. Ida is still a bit intimidated by Izuku's speed and informs Shoto about this. Their solution is to fill up the hallways with ice. Once Shoto has filled up the hallways full of ice, their plan is to just wait until time runs out. After about 1 minute, they hear a smash, and then they hear a second smash as all of the ice shatters. The end of the building has just been pushed out as the broken ice has just slammed through it and has gone right out. Both Shoto and Ida are shocked by this. They didn't think that Izuku has that sort of ability. They didn't think he was that strong. Ida thinking back to the entrance exam when they saw him smash that robot, and then he realizes he completely underestimated Izuku. If he can smash that robot, why would he think that ice was gonna stop him? Izuku, in a blur of motion, goes right up to Shoto and Ida and punches them both in the gut, and neither Shoto or Ida had any time to react to this. They're both knocked out on the spot as Izuku goes right for the bomb and captures it. In this version of events, everyone is quite impressed with Izuku's power, but they still think that the smash could have put the building at risk, which is similar to the original timeline. The rest of the class goes through their tests with similar results as in the original timeline. As time goes on, everyone becomes more and more impressed with how far ahead Izuku is in terms of power. Izuku himself doesn't see the gap as too much because he remembers back just a few months where they would have all beaten him with ease. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This is the training arc, the mid-training arc, and I know this part wasn't very long, but I had to get something out because my voice has been dead for the past week, and even doing this has been a bit strenuous. So thank you all for wanting to see this video. It means quite a lot. Now, part 3 will be out once this video hits 100 likes. I've already got the script for it, I've just got to record it. And thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Peace out, mortals. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.